This past Sunday, Sarah and I had the privilege of teaching the 2nd through 6th graders, and we were talking about the power of God's Word to create everything we see and experience in our world. The students were really engaged in the conversation, and at one point, one of the boys called out, "Wow, this is some really deep stuff today." As we discussed places we see God's power at work, the conversation evolved into how we understand those times when God doesn't answer our prayers the way we expect. As the students shared their thoughts, one of the girls got quiet and raised her hand. She said, "It's kind of a tough thing I want to say, but sometimes it's hard for me to believe God is real." What a huge insight this child had, to understand that as we journey with Jesus, there are seasons when he seems far off and we lack faith. I asked her, in those times when it's easy to know God is real, how does he show up to you? She began to share that she senses God's peace in those moments, and suddenly hands shot up around the room. There was so much energy among the group of kids as they shared how God had healed them, healed their family members, spoke their name when they were all alone, provided direction when making a decision, even helped them find lost items. The stories went on and on. We wrapped up our time in prayer, and we could sense God's delight that we celebrated who he has been in our lives. We reminded the students that remembering times when God was near is the best thing to do when he feels far. What a great demonstration from our young people on how to be the church. Our faith is built when we share in community. In fact, a group of people following Jesus together is the perfect place to ask the hard questions, wrestle with doubt and fear, and ultimately experience God's presence in the midst of it. I'm so encouraged by what God is doing in and through our kids here at the Vineyard. Thanks to all who serve on our kids' teams. As much as I tend to see it as an investment I'm making in them, I'm surprised each time I teach at how God uses the children to build my faith.